If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 6 of the Newcastle United Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. We start with a game away from home against Wigan. There are a couple weeks left in the transfer window. Wigan, Brighton, Hull City in the Capital One Cup, and Barnsley stand in our way before we reach the end of the window, and we'll be up to 3 games an episode once we are out of the window. So we're hoping to nail down that final signing that we know that we want today, which is Dominic Iorfa. But I'm still unsure as to whether I need to, or I feel like bringing anyone else in or out. A couple of players that I've played with in pre-season I haven't necessarily gotten along with, most notably people like John Joe Shelby, like I mentioned in the last episode, that if someone comes in for them, I wouldn't be adverse to actually letting them go. I'm not going to actively force them out of the club, but if someone comes in with an offer, then I will genuinely be tempted to let them go. We have just a giant number of pennies in the bank right now, but at present, nobody really to spend them on. We're still in the Championship, and until we prove ourselves in the first half of this season, I'm not sure anyone of any real note that we could spend some money on would actually want to come to us. So when it comes to actually buying big name players or bigger named players for our first year in the Premier League, I am going to hold off until January before doing that, because hopefully we can have a great first half of the season, and if we're sat top of the Championship, then by a margin, then people are going to be more willing to jump ship and come and join us and help us get into the Premier League, and then be with us with what hopefully will be a successful second season in the BPL as well. So we're still waiting for Daryl Janmaat to come back from injury. He's got still 4 weeks left on that injury, unfortunately. But we're going to have to play Jesus Camus at right back again in this one against Wigan. But fingers crossed we can still do the job. We picked up our first win in the league in the last episode. What kit do I play in? We should be all right in the black one, actually. We picked up our first win in the league in the last episode, and Jesus Camus, unfortunately, is a little bit tired, so I'm going to have to fiddle with this starting lineup slightly. But we also picked up a win in the Cup too, so we're through to the next round. As you saw, we've got Hull City, who are now Premier League, of course. So fingers crossed we can get another good win here in the Cup against recently promoted Wigan. This is the first time we'll be playing a side that have changed division in the save, because obviously I updated the leagues. So Will Grigg will hopefully not be on fire today. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to go and rearrange my starting 11, and then we'll jump into the game. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Please do continue to spam me with suggestions in the comment section for transfers, whether we act on them now or in January. It's always good to know the sort of players that you guys are thinking that I might need to get. So don't stop giving me suggestions, but I'm going to go and sort my starting 11 out, and we'll hopefully get a win away from home. This is the starting lineup we went with. I've got Jamal Lascelles and Grant Hanley at centre-back. Ayoze Perez still up top with Dwight Gale on the left-hand side. Chet Tiote's come in at CDM. Matt Richie's come in on the right-hand side of midfield, and Rico Henry has come in at left-back. So still a strong side, and should be plenty good enough to see off the challenge of Wigan Athletic. Perkins into McCann, nicely around the corner to Vukcic, looking to replicate Kachunga's goal from yesterday, but not able to find the top corner the same way that the Huddersfield man was. Decent effort though, just not enough turn on it. Oh god, that heavy touch completely sold the defender, and Will Grigg fires wide. 63% possession we're going to have had so far, you can see there from that graphic in the top left. They're playing like Barcelona. I can't get the ball anywhere near their goal. I haven't had a single shot so far, I don't think. They just press so high. Look at them. I'm not even out on my defensive third, and they're just all sprinting at me, hoping that they'll actually tire and we'll be able to get a goal or two towards the end of the game. But they've been so good so far in this game, Wigan. I can't deal with it. I genuinely cannot deal with it. They've been just so aggressive in the way that they press the ball down, and my passing doesn't help, especially when players miss past 5-yard passes like that. And Ayoze Perez, whilst trying to receive the pass, decided to sprint in the other direction. I just haven't been able to do anything in this first half whatsoever. I'll give this to Ayoze Perez. Moussa Sissoko trips, but we'll get it. I was trying to get it back to him, but it's a terrible pass again. This first half has been awful. Absolutely awful from Newcastle United. It's hands down the worst half I've ever had so far this series. We need to improve. Tackle from Jamal Lascelles. Just poke in front of Sissoko, and he can send Dwight Gale away. Now I need Iosi Perez to make me a decent run, and to be fair, he has done, but that's got to be a penalty. It is a stroke of luck. We needed something like that to go our way if we were going to get ourselves in front in the early stages of this second half, and it's a counter-attack that Dwight Gale has just sprinted away. It was a lunge of a challenge. He was nowhere near the ball there, Dan Burn. He's really, really slow. Obviously, formerly of Fulham, Dan Burn, but he moved to Wigan in the summer, I believe. I think that was one of the transfers I did. And he gives away a penalty here for Wigan. He's just not even close to the ball. Not even close to it. When he makes contact with Dwight Gale, the ball's a couple of feet away from Dwight. But it's going to be a penalty. I'm going to give Dwight Gale the opportunity to put the penalty away, considering he was the one that won it there with a good breakaway. I'm going to go top left. And we will go 1-0 in front, thankfully. That's genuinely my first shot of the game. And we find ourselves 1-0 in front. Oh, the relief. The absolute relief. But I guess the old cliche is that's what teams that are going to win titles do. When you're not performing well, you still grind out victories. And if we can hold on to this lead, we will have definitely ground out a victory from a very poor performance. Fires that straight through to Will Grigg, and there is an equaliser for Wigan. Vernon Anita with a ridiculously heavy touch that led him straight into a Wigan man, and then it's just one tackle, one through ball, and one goal for Wigan Athletic. They're back level. No sooner do we take the lead, we get pegged back. Look at this touch from Anita. That's ridiculous. One tackle, one through ball, nothing you can do, and a very good finish from Will Grigg. He's lighting up. We don't want to let him get to full flame, otherwise we might be in trouble. He almost gets tackled there by Daniels, but get this out to Matt Ritchie. We'll go back in to Vernon Anita and fire that to Mitrovic. Good turn, and again we'll try the shot. Good save by Nichols for a second time. Dwight Gale will have the pace to get there. Now I'm going to need to pull this back to someone on the edge of the box. No one's really providing themselves as a good option, but we'll get this to Czech Tiote into Mitrovic again. This time he's in the box, and this time he finishes. Alexander Mitrovic fires us 2-1 in front. Definitely better in this second half. The first half was practically non-existent from Newcastle United, but the changes have worked. Vernon Anita into Czech Tiote, into Alexander Mitrovic, and a powerful finish. We're back in front. There goes the final whistle. That was by no means a deserving victory, but the 3 points we will very gladly take. Yeah, no wonder Sissoko's celebrating wildly. He's rumoured to be leaving in real life, but Rafa Benitez has come out today as I record this and said that he is not for sale. So we'll have to wait and see whether Moussa Sissoko actually ends up leaving Newcastle in real life. But we do get a 2-1 win. You can see how much the possession switched around in that second half. At half-time, I had like 35% possession because Wigan were playing like Barca. And in the second half, much more possession, a couple of goals, and the victory. That will move us dramatically up the table, and now we'll head back to the transfer window, see if anything happens. If it doesn't, we'll jump to the next game. Wolves have accepted our transfer offer of £2 million for Dominic Iorfa at last. We're going to bring in a new right back, and that should be us done transfer-wise for this particular window. There was a massive squad here, and to bring in even more players would just be unnecessary. PSG keen on Alaba signing, though, apparently. We've had scout reports coming back on Ragatan and Bangura, two players of which we are interested in potentially signing on pre-contract. I think Bangura's... Ragatan's the more all-round player, but Bangura is better in key areas, like ball control, dribbling, and obviously pace for a wide player is more important. Although 90 balance for Ragatin is definitely good, although 94 agility for Bangura is also good. And Bangura's taller, not necessarily stronger though. I'd have to make a decision between those two, but I would be keen on bringing in one of them in January on a pre-contract. There are a number of players I'm looking into bringing in on pre-contracts, to be honest. Most notably, Yoni, this guy on the left-hand side. He looks very, very good at 24 years of age. I would be extremely keen on bringing him in January on a pre-contract. So we're going to wait and see what happens with regards to January. But for now, we're going to push forward and play this second game against, who was it? Brighton. Oh, third versus fourth. Let's go. Sidwell, Murray. Out to Bong. That's a good cross. And the header on target from Hemed. Wow. Defender I thought was going to win that, but he didn't. And thankfully the keeper was right behind it. Saive with a throw. Here's Tovan. We'll look for the cross. And there is Mitrovic at the back post. And it's a very good header. And also a good save from David Stockdale. When you've got Mitrovic in the area like that, you have to try and find him with crosses because he will score headers. I think that was Jack Colback that actually headed that over the top of the bar. It was. Really poor attempt, unfortunately. Our first chance. Ooh. Karim Benzema, £41 million to Arsenal. That's a huge deal for the save. If only Arsenal would do that in real life, I hear you Arsenal fans calling. Mitrovic. Sissoko. This is where I need you to make the run, please. On the outside, Genie, but he hasn't. Haidara into Sissoko again. Henri Saive. Jack Colback is in the striker's position right now. And I'll try and jink past the defender. We've done well. Jack Colback fires wide. Great goal scoring form in pre-season. Hasn't really hit that vein in the competitive season yet, but that was very close. Sidwell. Pass blocked. Tovan will bring it down. Give this to Mitrovic and play it in front of Tovan. We're going to run forward here. He's got Bong chasing him. I would make some sort of weed-related joke, but I don't know any weed-related jokes, so we'll just have a shot with Saive that very nearly finds that bottom corner. I think if Mitrovic had stuck a toe out there, he would have been offside, but he decided to just get out of the way of it, and it was very close into going that bottom corner. We're getting closer. This goal is coming. Oh, Hemed, good touch. Completely sold Chancel Mbemba, who's trying to chase Hemed down here. Has done very well defensively, and Jules Okoro will get it up to Saive, and it's time for a counter-attack. Now, Mitrovic doesn't have a load of pace, unfortunately. He does have great physicality, though, so if we can just power our way past a couple of defenders, maybe, rather than... Oh, that's exactly what we've done. That's simple goal to go in front. No, it's not, because Henri Saive was offside. Mentioned Mitrovic powering past defenders. That's exactly what he did there. And as he takes the shot, there's not much in it, but it is the right decision. We should be 1-0 up, but we're not. Haidara to Sissoko. There's plenty of space here for Saive. Tovan's calling for it in that central area, but I don't feel confident enough of getting it to him. Jesus Gomez might be able to get a cross in here, though. And can we get a header? Tovan's up! Tovan scores! 1-0 Newcastle at last. The St James's Park faithful go into raptures, and it's 1-0. Oh, that cross was aimed for Mitrovic, because obviously he's the more likely to score a header, but tiny little Tovan rises to beat the defender and powers that into the back of the net. I'll take it. 1-0 Newcastle. Good first touch from Johan Gouffran. Sissoko will poke this for Armstrong, who's very quick. We'll give it out to Johan Gouffran, who's just come off the bench. And we'll actually look for... Oh, okay, that was meant for Adam Armstrong again, but never mind. Haidara into Jack Colback. Well, Sissoko's in so much space that surely... Oh, he's been pulled down. Is that a penalty? We're going to get the free kick. We're going to get the free kick. Okay. I was almost waiting for an offside there flag there with Sissoko, but nothing was given. Sissoko will take the free kick. Can he give us a 2-0 lead? It's over the wall. It's in towards the top corner, but a great save from Stockdale stops us. Comfortable save for Stockdale. That should be game, I think. And isn't yet. Okay, no, definitely is. A 1-0 win against Brighton. Right, let's go back to the main menus and get ourselves confirmation of that new right back. And hopefully we can get a decent result against Hull in the third game of the video. Contract offer accepted. Dominic Iorfa comes into the club. We have a new replacement right back, or rotation right back, for Daryl Janmaat. Pleased, at last, that's the transfer that's taken us the longest to actually get to go through. But regardless, we've finally been able to get him in, and Carl Darlow has gone out on loan to Ipswich, so that'll be good first team experience for him at championship level. We have Hull City now as the final game of the episode in the Capital One Cup. We are back now up 2-3 games per episode. I normally don't go back up to 3 games per episode until after the window, but I'm not really planning on doing much more in this window, so we're only going to play 3. Well, we're going to bump it up to 3 games an episode, 2 episodes early. So Norwich is still top of the table, 4 wins from 4, completely. They've only conceded 1 goal and scored 10. We've scored 5 and conceded 2. Things are looking good for us in the league, but we'll jump now into this home game. Is it home? Is it away? It's at home. Home against Newcastle. Home against Newcastle. Home against Hull City. From the starting lineup, Rolando Aarons, Richie, Shelby, Tiote, Rico Henry, Grant Hanley, Dominic Iorfa, all into the starting lineup. I was going to put Sells in goal, but I forgot. So Tim Krul starts again. Strong starting side from Hull City, although I'm not sure who Wanderson is up top. But an unknown quantity is definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. Marouane Chamakh as well. He was released by Palace, and I put him in the free agents at the beginning of the save, and clearly he's now gone to Hull. So, interesting game, and we'll see if we can come out with progression through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. Nice tackle from Grant Hanley, just too strong for the defender to cope with. And if I could get the pass right here, we'll set Iosi Perez away, which we have done. Matt Ritchie was calling for it, and he will inadvertently get it thanks to the tackle from the defender. We'll whip in across. That's a dangerous ball too, and Tiote's up, but he's headed wide. First chance of the game after 5 minutes, but not on target. Through to Jonjo Shelvey, up to Iosi Perez. Jonjo Shelvey's made the run on again, and it will reach him. We'll leave this to check Tiote. Tiote only scores bangers, and very close. Good save by McGregor. Tiote doesn't score many goals at all, but when he does score a goal, it always tends to be an absolute screamer. Oh, nicely intercepted, Chancel. Tiote, Sissoko, Iosi Perez. Shelvey through that gap, nicely worked. Here's Matt Ritchie, this is a good opportunity, we'll drill it into the middle. Whoa, it still might end up in the back of the net, it comes back off the post. The pass was meant to try and find the man in the middle, Iosi Perez, but that was ridiculous, it came back off the post. Trying to find some space here just to get the shot off. It's going to drop to Iosi Perez, let's try the shot from there. Whoa, Modiami Spangles, I don't even know what sort of word that was. Smothers it away. Henry. I'm going to try and get this to Iosi Perez. He's done well. We'll get it to Jonjo Shelvey. Just get it out of his feet. That took a deflection. That'll be a corner. It's like our 5th or 6th corner in this game so far. Try and get it into the box and have another headed chance. Up goes Hanley off the bar. That's the closest either side have come so far. That chest down from Sam Glucas was terrible, but who's going to get there first? Matt Ritchie does. Okay, I'll have that, thanks, Mo. I don't know what you're doing that for. Give this to Rolando Aarons, who could just burst into that gap. And can he find the right pass looking for Matt Ritchie? That's almost perfect. Almost. Oh, he's given that straight to Matt Ritchie. Oh, thanks, mate. I don't even know what to say there. McGregor has literally just rolled the ball straight to Matt Ritchie. You cannot be gifted a goal anymore. Give that to Matt Ritchie. I see Musa Sissoko just stood there. He's got a great shot from distance. And Iosi Perez. Oh, that's twice in today's episode we've had a shot from distance that's been well saved. Put into the back of the net by the second man. And that second man has been offside. Never mind, still 1-0 with 9 minutes to go. Dwight Gale, play that through. No, it was meant for Musa Sissoko. We'll still get it to Musa Sissoko. We could be... What is that touch? What was that touch? Oh my God. That is one of the worst touches I've ever seen. A 1-0 win at home against Hull in the Capital One Cup. We're through to the 3rd round. That was a really good game, actually. We kind of got better and better as the episode went on. Dominant performance from us. Hull, again, having more possession. Kane was lost 1-0 to Bradford, though, which sucks. Arsenal get a slim 1-0 win against Brentford. Any shocks in there? Colchester beat Leeds 1-0. Perhaps that's a shock. Didn't really glance any further down, to be honest. We had just an update from Spain with people that are running out of contracts, none of which I don't think that I will be interested in, or at least would actually consider coming to us. So that's the league table as we stand right now. I'm not planning on making any more changes to the squad, but if something happens between now and deadline day, we will act on it. But tomorrow we'll have transfer deadline day in it, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and drop today's video a thumbs up rating if you haven't to this point. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're really enjoying this series. I'm very much enjoying putting it together. So yeah, I'll see you next time.